Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
The following audio is via a Skype call.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Jenn from the Jenn Royster Show, filling in for Dr. Pat today during this hour. And I just want to say hello to all her listeners, and it's great to be back with you again today. And I have a great topic that I want to discuss with you, and the lines are going to be open if you want to call in and share what you might be experiencing with this energy shift. So when I say energy shift, I mean, if you're not feeling the changes, and I'm going to go through some of the common I guess you could call them symptoms, but it's what people are experiencing. And I think it would be great to share that and just to put it out there that you're not by yourself. And, you know, sometimes you can feel like, wait, what's going on? Why do I feel like this? Why am I having all this stuff happening? Why does it feel different? Because we're all going through it. And I thought, what a great topic to share your experiences, or if you are trying to figure it out and sort it out, you can call in and we can do an energy field reading, because I do energy field readings, so we can do that. So what do I mean by an energy shift experience? Well, we're definitely in 2016, and it's pretty obvious that we're going through a lot of things, big things changing. So we see that in the physical world. One of the most common things that I am hearing back from my clients and listeners from my show and just people that take my workshops, things like that, are the headaches are off the chart right now. Yeah, I'm talking about headaches that have no medical, you're fine, you've been checked out, there's nothing wrong, but the headaches are just crazy. And, you know, the first thing we do is logically go, okay, I guess it's the season, it's allergies, it's sinus. We do all this. Okay, I know we go through that. That's okay, because you have a logic brain you want to use to make sure, okay, what's going on? But what if, and I'm talking about, it just seems to be a little more pronounced and more often, or you never had the headaches when the weather comes in, and now you're really having the headaches when the weather changes. Because the weather has been interesting, or I don't know, all across the globe it's different. And ours is different here too, and I'm on the East Coast, and it's just different. And you know it's different. You can't quite put your finger on it. That's what we're talking about. So headaches is one of them. And why? Why? From a metaphysical, and I'm metaphysical. I'm all about the energy behind everything that's going on. And this is a year to feel all the energy that's going on. But that's what I'm all about. That's what I'm passionate about, helping you figure out. And the energy behind, why am I having a headache now? Well, when we go through shifts like this, these are to prompt us to make changes, to grow individually, to grow as a group. And, you know, and a headache is like a pressure, right? Let me put it this way. If there's heavier energy or a brick sitting on top of a balloon, it's not going to float up, okay? You've got to take the brick off or untie it from the brick. Now it will go. That's a heavier weight holding it down. So a headache is like you're feeling the pressure in that chakra, the seventh chakra, which is top of the head. Because this year, and this is what I've been receiving to share, okay? There's lots of different reasons. This is what I'm supposed to share. The spiritual chakra is going through big opening, expansion, okay? Sometimes that expansion, if it's going so fast, can feel like a lot of pressure. So the frequencies that are coming in, this higher energy that we keep talking about, it's pushing out that heavier energy. It's just pushing. It's trying to push against that brick, so to speak. And it's trying to put it out right in front of you, right there, front and center. Like, let's do something about this and change it. Let's do something about that and change it. So that's one of the things that I'm seeing across the board, just about everybody, whether they even are trying to work on an inward journey and grow. It doesn't even matter. That's the one, just about anybody that's sensitive or really picking up on these energies, they don't even realize they are. It's the headaches with no apparent reason. Another one that's big is the emotions are a little more on edge. Oh, yeah. And the two are anger. Let's see. Anger, impatience. Yeah, I know. Anger, impatience, and just super highly sensitive. I mean, your feelings are hurt a little easier, maybe a lot easier. You're feeling that a little bit more. That's putting an opening up and expansion of the heart chakra, which is the fourth chakra. So see, your chakras are going through a clearing, and they're trying, well, let's put it this way. They're trying to clear, and they want to clear, and they're giving you physical, like, hello, I need you to help me out here. We need to clear this, get it out of the way so we can thrive and so we can keep moving forward, because it's trying to move forward and it wants to move forward, and it will anyway. It will. But this is to help you be a participant, and it can be a very, very positive experience versus ow, I have a headache. Why? And the complaining part. Another one that's big is high-pitched tones. The hearing, all of a sudden, there's a sudden, very loud, very high-pitched ringing. I'm not talking tinnitus. And like I said, I'm going to repeat, this is things that are happening that you've been checked out. There isn't anything. The doctor said, no, we can't find anything going on. This is what I'm talking about. And there's this high pitch, and sometimes it'll just kick in, and it is different from other high-pitched frequencies you may have heard before. I'm hearing those quite a bit. Just the other day, I had somebody else say, what was that sound? And they were hearing it. And this is somebody that's totally analytical and, doesn't do anything like this. I'm like, you can hear that? It was an interesting conversation. And then what else was there? Oh, another one I'm noticing, and this is happening a lot with people that may not even realize that they're going through a shift, their perspective is changing. They're changing their mind about how they feel about something. Does any of that relate to any of you listening out there? Because it's big. I keep hearing about it. And so I thought, wow, let me just put it out there, because if people aren't aware, awareness is huge. Just to be aware that, oh, yeah, I have been noticing that. Once you have an awareness that it's there, now it really opens up to be a much easier, less combative feeling experience. It doesn't have to be combative. It doesn't have to be uncomfortable. It doesn't have to be a headache that's off the chart. And there's so many different things you can do. So, I thought, wow. And then the list keeps growing with different things. I'm just seeing so many more different aspects of things. And for example, if you're a person that, you just did not like, here's a great example. It just seems like regular everyday life, okay? Spirituality doesn't have to be real, in the clouds and, like that. It can literally be part of everyday life, of how you are approaching life, how you feel life, how you live your life. And if you were a person that went from, you just didn't like exercise and you just didn't care, you didn't want to do that, and now all of a sudden you're finding yourself wanting to be more healthy, and you're like, it's different for you. You've never been like that. That's an example of what I'm talking about. You're going from not ever wanting or having any interest in doing anything like that, like exercise or eating healthier, to now you want to. And you're like, that's weird. But that's a good weird. right? That's a good weird. That's like good. That's weird for you, but it's good because there's something inside you waking up. There's something inside you waking up that wants to show you a side of you that you probably have never known. That's a much happier you and a completely different journey and experience where things can be not so negative all the time. Not so negative. So I just found I've been keeping a list, and I'm going to be talking about this throughout the show. And like I said earlier, if you have had some experiences or you've been feeling some of this and you want to share that with listeners, that would be great, because we want people to know they're not by themselves. I want you to know that because I've been experiencing some of this stuff, and I'll share some of the things I've experienced. What I do know is when I approach it and I go with it, it's so much smoother, and I just move right through it. Sometimes I feel like defensive at first if it's really different, and then I bring myself back around and it's a little bit easier. So it's happening to all of us, and I want you to know that. So we're going to be taking a short break, and when we come back, we're going to keep powering on with the energy shift experience. I'm Dr. Jenn. I'm here filling in for Dr. Pat here on the Dr. Pat Show. And if you want to call in, 1-800-930-2819. Stay with us. We'll be right back after the break.
Hi, I'm Tim Darter.
And I'm Steve Kramer.
Join us on Spirit Fire Radio. Discover how to add the mechanics of meditation to your day.
And watch yourself connect in a whole new way. Find the amazing moments in life's routines that often pass us by. Add to your awareness with Spirit Fire Radio.
Tune in each Wednesday at 9 a.m. for your weekly guide to practical mindfulness. And to learn more, visit www.spiritfireradio.com.
Song of the Heart, Walking the Path of Light, from author and healer Francine Vale, is available now. Through Francine's life story, we learn how imperative it is to love one another. Once this simple truth is learned, peace on earth will prevail. Song of the Heart is a life lived and a story told for this purpose. To learn more about Francine and her amazing gifts, or to order your copy of the book today, visit angelsandlightbeings.com.
Have you ever tried to make lifestyle changes but had difficulty following through? Imagine what it would be like to get up each morning with energy, clarity, and motivation to tackle the day. If you want to get past limiting barriers that are preventing you from living your best life, join holistic health and wellness coach T. Carrie Mitchell each month on the Dr. Pat Show. Or visit lifestyle120.com today and start to receive the personal attention you deserve.
Holistic Medical Center is where you find it all. A healthy space with doctors who care, see, and listen to the whole you. Hi, this is Dr. Darvish. If you have not found an answer to your chronic symptoms, you will find answers here at Holistic Medical Center. Our doctors find the root cause of your symptoms and guide your body towards healing naturally. We transform lives from within. Visit drdarvish.com or call 425-451-0404.
A word of caution: if you prefer the status quo and you are not interested in improving every aspect of your life, this book will trigger the shift out of you. The Truth is Funny, Shift Happens is available now. Author Colette Steffen brings the powerful knowledge and life-changing energy and empowerment from the radio airwaves to the pages of her new book. To get your copy in paperback or ebook, visit thetruthisfunny.com today.
Sky Siegel co-hosts one of today's most popular psychic shows, Angels and Answers, with Artie Hoffman, as she communicates healing messages from the spirit world. These messages can be astounding, enlightening, and life-changing. Born with the God-given talent of inner guidance and the amazing ability to heal, Sky has healed thousands of people. Schedule a reading with Sky now. Call 908-500-1474 and visit skyofangels.com.
And we are back. I'm Dr. Jenn. I'm here filling in for Dr. Pat here on the Dr. Pat Show. If you're just tuning in, we're talking about the energy shift experience and what you might be feeling. And we're sharing about tips, how you can thrive through this, what you might be experiencing. So if you want to call in and share, please do. 1-800-930-2819. And looks like we do have a caller, Benny. Let's go ahead and bring the caller on.
Sure, we'll take Ann calling in from North Virginia. Hello, Ann.
Hi. Hi, Jen.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi, how are you? A local neighbor.
I'm good.
Yeah,
oh, really? Where do you live?
Down in Virginia Beach.
Oh, okay. That's about 3.5 hours. You're close to the Edgar Cayce Institute.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
That is here. Yes.
Yes.
So hello. Welcome. Somebody from my coastline.
Yes,
So.
I know. It's nice to hear. I've never spoken to you before, but you were talking about the energy shifts and so forth. And I guess I hope I ask you this so that you understand. Being an empath and picking up on other people's energy, and also feeling at times that sometimes this world can be a little too overwhelming for some people. So they almost feel like part of them are here and part of them are somewhere else. And then all the energies from astrology, the planets and so forth. And so when you do have a symptom, I'm just wondering, and I've thought about this several times, could any of the symptoms, physical symptoms, be something you're picking up from other people, or it's just too much for you, and it manifests into a physical ailment or a chronic ailment? Does that make any sense when I'm
Yeah,
asking?
absolutely. You are talking to somebody that gets it every which way you've described. Absolutely. Were you finished? I didn't want to cut you off.
No, I wanted to know if you picked up anything by what I've said to you, and if you have any words of wisdom, of support.
Oh, okay. Absolutely. For one, and you seem like one that cares about, you care. You care about how things are going. I feel that immediately about you. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah.
Say, no, I don't care. I know. That was kind of a loaded question for you. but no, I do feel that you have a big heart. And the reason I'm saying that is your heart is picking up. Now, you will pick up your own way that you feel about things, but you will also absorb more. For people that do care about what's going on out there in the world, they want to see good changes. You are going to probably pick up, more than likely, the way other people are feeling. And a lot of them are overwhelmed if they're not familiar with how to handle that. In fact, a lot of people are picking up everybody else's energy and they don't know what to do with it. That's one of the things that they have been driving me to do with energy healing. So I've even put in, and I'm just going to share this quickly. If you're on the Transformation Radio Network site or Dr. Pat's site, there's a free energy healing class that I've put out there to help people get started on how they can do self-care to clear that energy. Because we want to learn how we are going to absorb, because we reflect back and forth energy to one another, but we sometimes aren't aware that we're absorbing another person's energy and we're taking it on like it's ours to process. Now that's when it gets tricky. That's when we start to feel overwhelmed, and that's a good sign. And I'm really glad you brought that up, Anne, because we don't realize when we're feeling so overwhelmed and we can't shake it off that it may not be ours. Are we trying to fix something that's somebody else's journey? Are we trying to make it our problem? And that doesn't mean we don't want to care about someone. It means that we have to decipher and be clear about what is it that we need to work on with our own self, and when are we actually getting in the way of another's journey that has to work on it. So it's kind of a detached compassion versus being attached. Because when we're attached to something and it's affecting us, you can tell whether it's starting to get overloaded and the astrology, by the way, I'm going to actually tell you that. The astrology, I wanted to address that too. The planet alignment is pushing it right in front of us. It's really difficult to avoid. We're learning, and we're learning with these experiences where we're taking on something that maybe we shouldn't, or we're not allowing it to process through and releasing. And we try to keep it like we've got to fix it. And what I've learned as an energy healer in a huge way is, and really being called an energy healer is kind of deceiving, I think. I'm not doing any of the healing. I'm actually just allowing it to process in and right back out, but not keep it. So and that's what I want to teach people, because when we try to just make it ours, we're actually working from an ego side of us versus our higher self side that is more in line with the spirit of who we really are. And it becomes very limited, because you have very, very limited energy if it's beginning to drain you very quickly. And the astrology alignment, right, the astrology alignment is helping it to shine a little bit more of a light on what you need to work on, release, let go, see it more clearly, because some of that stuff was kind of hiding under the radar there for a bit. But this year, everything just really kicked in a notch on every moon, every change of the alignment for this month, for that month. It's off the chart, really. It's just amazing. And it's helping us to go, oh, wait a minute, that's what I'm doing. Oh, that's what I need to stop doing. You know, that's where I need to let that go, or maybe look at that from a different perspective. So for every individual that's going through something, and yes, it can cause physical health, because if you hold the stress or the fretting or the concerns, or you're not sleeping because you're trying to resolve it or fix it, it can start to wear you down, because your immune system's going to be connected to every bit of this. Is that making sense?
No, it is. And I'm just wondering, have you noticed this with other people, that they could pick up that they have physical ailments that
that's okay. Go ahead.
So much that the physical ailments are chronic.
Yes, I see it a lot.
I could have picked up for many, 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 many years, and in the last, I'd say 5 or 6 years, I've just started opening up and blossoming like a flower to really understand what's going on around me. I was asleep all those other years, but I was a teacher for many years, and I picked up on a lot of energy from a lot. So
right.
Do you find for the people that are like us that they have chronic pain as well?
A lot of them do. And another one that happens is they may put on weight, because they'll put on weight because it's more of an energy of trying to barricade yourself and protect yourself and trying to hide a little bit. And then, but, once you become aware that, wait a minute, I am absorbing that. And this is an individual. It's not like there's a special group that only get to feel this and be the enlightened ones. I'm going to knock that one right off its pedestal, because that's not true. I don't believe that. I'm going to share you my perspective. I have learned that everybody's feeling something. Everybody's experiencing something. And we all have this potential. Some are choosing to go, you know what, I'm going to dig in, like you said you did. You started to awaken 5 years ago, so you just started really putting some effort into understanding it. And just that intention to learn and grow is going to rotate you into a new dynamic and on the journey that will open up much more. I shared, yes, it will also take you in a positive direction. My health, and I've had my challenges too, but my health keeps improving, defying doctor. Yeah, they're kind of like, what is going on with you? Now, I mean, I think I shared this on my show last week, but my eyesight I used to be very, very nearsighted in my 20s. Now I'm in my mid-50s. And my doctor, I just went a couple weeks ago, my eye doctor, and she said, there's nothing to fix. And it keeps getting better, and the prescription keeps getting better, and he came up with his logical reasons, and that's okay. He can tell me. I don't try to convince him of anything. I just let him tell me. And he goes, I don't really understand. Let me check this again. And they keep getting better. I'm thinking, I'm not going to complain, because what is my
That's
affirmation? Right. I see clearly my path on my journey and which way I need to go. That's one of my affirmations I say every day. And so I'm just sharing that experience, because that's been over several years. It's not like overnight, but we are in the age of miracles. So when we start to shift our perspective and we believe, wait a minute, I don't really have to have this chronic illness. I don't really want it. I don't really have to do this. What can I do to learn and grow through it? That's the spiritual journey within that starts to kick it in a different way, because our body just responds to what we believe. And when you look at energy healing. Yes. So, yeah, but chronic illness is our body's antenna. Our body is an antenna. It's saying, you're kind of holding all this and you haven't released it. We can only absorb so much energy before it needs to go back out again. It needs to be an open channel.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So sometimes when we feel like it's getting like that and weighing us down, look at that illness popping up or flaring as, hey, it might be getting a little off kilter here. Can you balance me out? When I started working with that and doing that, it made a huge difference in my health. That was just one thing with my eyes, but I've had other things. And so it definitely will talk to you. If you're willing to look at illness as what it can teach you, that's going to open up the perspective huge for people right now that are listening or can relate to what Ann is saying.
So you mean talking to your angels and spirit guides for them to balance you?
That and working with just that. Yes. I use Michael all the time. Like Michael, I work with crystals. I work with that intention, with meditation. And for people that are really brand new to this, they could say, I don't really know any of this spiritual stuff. Exercise, cleaning up the diet. I'm telling you, I have seen the people that are I call them the analytics, but the people that are like, I can't really relate to any of that. I work with a lot of people like that too, including the medical doctors that'll call me. And I just say, you know what, go for a run, go for a walk, go for a bike ride, work in your garden, get sweaty, get dirty. Just get physical, do something like that. Start working on changing the diet or putting something healthy in or eliminating something that's not so good for you. They start there. Sometimes they have to work that way. And when they start to do that, I have seen numerous times where once they start doing that, they start reversing back to where now they want to take it inward. They want it. You can work it any direct. You don't have to start in a certain order. So I say, if you feel like your angels aren't hearing you, go do something positive physically, and I'm guaranteeing you will get yourself into a different frequency to where you will feel like you're connecting again. Now, you didn't say you weren't hearing them. I'm just sharing that in general for everybody listening. But absolutely, I work with the angels every day, because why not? They're great. They always give me positive incentive. If I wake up with, something, I don't feel so great today, they always pick me up in some way. But with that, I do have to go to break. And
thank you so much. I just wanted to ask you real quick, where is this course?
If you go to my website, it's a free. It's free. Just go to JennRoyster.com or EnergyHealingU.com. It'll take you right to it.
Okay, I will look for it. Thank you so much,
Absolutely.
Jenn.
Thank you. Thank you very much for calling in. I'm Dr. Jenn. You're listening to the Dr. Pat Show. I'm here filling in for her this episode. We're talking about the energy shift experience. Stay with us. We'll be right back after the break.
Hi, this is Leslie Fontaine, and my show is Sheer Alchemy on TransformationTalkRadio.com. When we're bogged down with our emotions, the hardships that plague us in our relationships, at work, our finances, we literally can't see the higher plane where we could be operating from. Tune in. to Leslie Fontaine, Sheer Alchemy on TransformationTalkRadio.com.
If you're one of the millions of Americans suffering from anxiety, you probably know how powerless and out of control this emotion can make you feel. This is why it is so important to remember that anxiety is created by your mind, which means that you can learn to use your mind to uncreate it. Hello, my name is Dr. Friedman Schaub. My award-winning book, The Fear and Anxiety Solution, provides you with a step-by-step breakthrough process to understand and resolve the root causes of your anxiety and build a solid foundation of confidence and inner peace. If you're ready to take your power back, visit thefearandanxietysolution.com. That's thefearandanxietysolution.com, or call 866-903-6463. That's 866-903-MIND.
Brand consultant and coach Jenn Morgan is here with Radically Distinct Radio to help maximize your brand's power to produce results. Whether you're a person with a dream and unsure where to start, or a CEO of a successful company wondering what's next, Jenn Morgan and the RAD method empowers you to play to your strengths and focus your competitive edge so you can show up in the world as your most powerful brand. Go to jennmorgan.com or call 206-972-5366.
Would you like to experience life-transforming adventures in personal expansion and world service? If you do, tune in to learn about magical innate abilities that you can develop and use to make your dreams come true. Joy Elaine is author of the Joy Chronicles, and she's inviting you and millions of others to join her in working with galactic masters, angels, and the Ashtar Command as they assist humanity and planet Earth to achieve their ultimate destination of ascension. For more information about this upcoming event and broadcast, visit joyelaine.com. That's joy, ELAINE.com.
What if your body and mind were the compasses to the secrets, mysteries, and magic of life? Glenna Rice, co-host of The Questionable Parent, is inviting you to access all that is possible. Glenna is a 10-year certified veteran access consciousness facilitator who offers an amazing variety of life-changing classes and workshops. Work with Glenna from anywhere with teleclasses and workshops all over the globe. To learn more and see Glenna's current schedule of events, classes, and workshops, visit glennarice.com.
And welcome back. I'm Dr. Jenn, filling in here for the Dr. Pat Show. And we've been having a discussion on the energy shift experience and what you might be feeling. And if you've been having some of the common, if you want to call them symptoms or experiences, I like to use the word experience because it really is an experience. We've been talking about headaches. We've been talking about absorbing other people's energy, and like Anne, the caller that just called in on the last segment. And, you know, how the planet alignment, which was some great things she brought up. And I wanted to elaborate a little bit more about the angels, the guides, and working with nature and how that might be waking up for you. If you are feeling like you're going through the spiritual awakening, that's another way to say it. If you feel like you're just picking up things that you never did before, or you know, you're having that common synchronicity with someone, like you'll think of something, then they say it like it's, hey, why don't we go do this? And you were just thinking that, or vice versa. That's very common. That's happening more and more because we're connecting on a higher level, whether you know it or not. I actually see this as a great opportunity for mankind, humanity, to really take it to the next level in a positive way. And yes, we have a lot of negative out there, but you can also choose to see the positive as well. So that's what I like to focus on. So yes, the astrology and the alignment right now, and I won't go deep into that, but for example, August was the Lion's Gate on August 8th, which was huge. It's a big one to come through, and it's something that's there. You can go look that up and research that. But there was a lot of people feeling quite a bit on this particular one for this year. The headaches were really one of the biggest things that were coming through, that and the emotions around the 8th of August. And when the new moon came in, it was just, they were feeling different. You're feeling, wait a minute, I've got to get it together. I'm serious this time. I really want to make a change. Things like that were happening because there's an abundance in the energy for August. And I love that. So I've been really driven with my own work to put a lot of help out there. Anne was asking about the course. The one I'm talking about is a free one, no strings attached. It's just something I'm putting out there to give everybody right now. Because if you're feeling overloaded with all this energy, this is a great little get started course, and I plan on putting a whole lot more out there because we're building a brand new website. But at my website, jennroyster.com, JENNROYSTER.com, right on the front page, you'll see the energy healing, Healing You is what it's called. It's called Healing You. It's a self-care guide, and it's got 5 lessons and a guided audio MP3 meditation you can download. And it's a great place where people are starting to interact. We've got a lot of people that are signing up for that, and we're having interactive conversations, and I'm going to be doing a whole lot more with that. Coming up in September, we got new things going in there. So I'm here for you because this whole year is ramping up. It's getting bigger. It's just happening. Okay. And when we talk about our angels and our guides, Anne brought that up. She said, what about bringing in the angels and guides to help you with this? Absolutely. I very much work with the angels every day. They are an aspect of God that is here to help us in a positive way. So why wouldn't you want to? Intention is all you need. You don't have to worry about trying so hard to do it a certain way. There's a lot of things that we were not aware of in the past that we were making so complicated in our life. And I'm here to tell you that it will get simpler, and these things are going to wake up, and you're going to go, here this whole time I was trying to make that work this way when all I had to do was just be present. I just had to be present. I just had to put that intention out that I wanted a little help and maybe some direction. And just to remind you, they will not tell you what to do because they won't violate your free will, but they will guide you gently. And one of the ways that I like to ask is if I'm questioning something that I feel very strong, and I've been feeling a lot of shift too, like, wow, I feel like I need to change direction in something, like in whatever I'm approaching, whatever in general. And if it seems like a big change, I like to go to counsel with it. My counsel is my guides, my angels, and I like to meditate on that, and I like to process that and tune into my inner self, my higher self, and just see, if there's a consistency with that message coming through. And they are very clear about it. That message won't change. It won't change if that's your guidance coming from within. That's intuition. That's really tapping into that to know that's the way you need to go. And some of these feel very scary if it's that big of a change and it's that different, but they will definitely tell you. Another one, I will ask them, and these are experiences I've had. In this last month, I've had quite a few experiences with nature. And I work with just about any way they want to send a message. I'm open to that. All you got to do is just open up to allow yourself to see a message come through. Don't expect it to just be a certain way, because we narrow down the playing field and then we might miss a message that way. So I've had finches decide to have an entire nest on my porch, which that was very unusual. Not afraid of me. I'm coming all around, and I didn't want to disrupt this. She had her babies and everything. We filmed it. It was incredible. So I work with the energy of the the power animal or the spirit guide in an animal form as well, because I love nature. I love outdoors. And angels and my guides will help me a lot by bringing in certain synchronicities with angels. So that came in. Then we had bees. I know, bees. I think I mentioned this last week on my show, but I got bumblebee friends now that hang out with me on my balcony and sit right beside me. They're not aggressive. We actually filmed them the other day. They're very smart, by the way. They wash their face, then they go climb into a flower petal like it's a blanket and go to bed. And we filmed it, and we couldn't believe what we were watching. And we felt like we were watching a miniature version of us. It was the craziest thing. So, but they were sharing with us, don't forget to enjoy the little things in life. So they will send you slight little messages, ever so slight sometimes. But if you're busy and you're rushing through life and you're not slowing down enough to just notice and be present where you are in that moment, that's usually what causes you to feel like you're not getting it, or you're missing too much, or you don't feel connected. And if you just take a little bit of time each day, and you don't have to take a lot at first. I know a lot of you are busy and you're out there, go, go, go. But start with 5 minutes. 5 minutes of really connecting to being present where you are right now. That could just be in your favorite chair with some calm music or whatever you like to do, or just quiet for 5 minutes and just completely be present with where you are in that peacefulness right there, in that quiet. That right there is going to get you very, very far. And it's not a whole lot to do, and it doesn't cost one dime. But I'm telling you, that's a great place to start, because that sensation of feeling like you can't go fast enough to keep up with your life, you want to actually do the opposite. And I've had people say, well, I've got a job and corporate this and corporate that. And I go, you can have your job, but you still can have 5 minutes somewhere, And so honestly, it doesn't take that much to get started in this, and it just takes a little bit of effort, and actually that you want to. If you are experiencing a lot of these symptoms where you just feel different about things, another one is just that change in perspective. I'm not kidding. You will go through life and all of a sudden you realize, I just don't feel the same about this anymore. And you just start to feel like you're seeing it completely different. It reminds me of when we go from a perspective from a child to of a situation. We see mom or dad as, oh, why won't they let me do this or that when we're children? And then when we're adults and we're having kids, wow, we realize, wow, they have, we realize that they had so much that they were doing for us. So you see, if you would just allow yourself to just be and realize that you're there, you're present, you're experiencing an incredible time in huge transformation of the world, and what can you do to be a part of it, and what can you do to excel yourself in a very positive way, you absolutely can do that. You can do that, and it doesn't have to be discomforting. Now, we're about to go off the air here soon, so I want to quickly go through that. If you're questioning the way things have always been done, that's a big one. You're second guessing what to trust anymore. That's a big sign of waking up, and we are seeing that, in the news right now a lot. But you just don't, you want to know, you're questioning, that's the way we've always done it. That was tradition. That was, the family always did it this way, or this is the way I've always done, whatever. And it's just not feeling right, or it feels like it needs to change. You want to pay attention to that. That's your intuition telling you, do some homework, investigate other options. Before you make a big radical change, use your logic. Go check out other things. Do some homework. Do some research on that. But these things happen, and this stuff is popping up for you because it wants your attention to address it. It wants to help you. And it's coming from yourself. You want to trust yourself. So chronic illness, which is one of the things the caller brought up, yes, that happens when we are, holding on dense energy, or we're constant in fear, constant worry, constant high stress. High stress can very much drain the immune system. The immune system is what keeps us healthy, okay? So I would definitely look into what you can do to support your immune system on all levels of whatever it is you might be experiencing. You may have something that just seems to be flaring up and you thought you had it all calmed down. That happens too. These are things that are telling you, hey, I need your attention for a minute. Your body is trying to talk to you because it's a trusted antenna that you want to listen to. And the shift experience is happening big right now. It's happening big, I know. But there's a lot of things that if you just slowed down and chose to tune in, just choose to tune in and be present and just don't avoid what needs to be addressed. That's a big thing that's happening with the planetary alignment that we see right now. It wants us to really address things. It doesn't want us to avoid anymore. Avoiding and brushing it under the rug isn't going to work. It's going to make it pretty bumpy. So I'm really suggesting that you look for ways that you can go into that. Another thing that I am picking up or I'm hearing from other people is they just want to think deeper. They never considered themselves deep thinkers, and now they're digging deeper. And that's the natural thing. It's drawing you in. That's your soul, your higher self calling you, and you're listening, and you're that curiosity about what is out there. There's more to it than this. Yeah, they're thinking deeper. I think it's incredible to see, and we're seeing it off the chart, and just listening to the different things that people are experiencing. We're all in this together. I want everybody to know that we're all in this together, and you don't have to feel like you're alone. You don't have to feel like you're alone at all. You can definitely get plenty of help out there. There's lots of people, and just for the light workers too. Light workers are feeling this too. We're feeling like, wait, you know what? It's not like we've got it all together perfectly. We're learning too. We're learning to take it to the next level as well. And I'm learning to listen even more. I'm learning that, wow, I got to take it here. I've got to go here. What is it that they need now? Because old ways may not work anymore. The way we used to do everything may not work. The way you used to connect with your angels may not work anymore. It doesn't mean they're not there. It means they want you to reach higher. Like, okay, you got that. That was good. Now reach a little higher. They're trying to draw you up and improve more. And what's wrong with that? You kick it up a notch as you advance. You kick it up and then you go through a learning experience again. So if you took that perspective with everything that you might be feeling or feel like you're being challenged with, it's going to open up the doors for a lot of awareness to just pour in, because it's really ready to just pile in. And another thing I want to remind everybody, I want to remind you of this. We're in the age of miracles. They happen when you believe in them. And what is a miracle? Anything's possible. Anything. And it takes believing in it. It takes embracing it. It takes intention to receive them. And healing can happen on so many levels, not just physically. They can happen to where you were maybe a miserable person. Now you've got happiness in your life. It can happen with your health. It can happen emotional. It can happen in every area, financial, you name it. But miracles don't just happen in certain ways. They happen in big, small, different size, shapes, and forms. But if you looked around you, I bet you could see one. No matter how grim it might be, there's always something around you can find positive. Practicing to grab onto that in life and just find more and more and more of that every day will draw that frequency higher for you and bring more in as well. So don't forget about the miracles and make sure they're coming into your life. I've really enjoyed being here with you on the show today, and I think I may have gone over it. I don't know. I can't tell. Benny, am I okay over there?
We have about 5 minutes left. Yeah, we skipped our last break, so just keep rolling with it. It's all good, girl.
Okay. Thanks, Benny. I was like going, something went amiss there, but,
That's okay.
you know, I just want everyone to know there is so much potential for healing, happiness, and to really take it to the next level. And nobody is being denied this. Nobody. But nobody can do it for you. You have to say, yeah, I do want a piece of this. I want this. Intention is the first thing. Just go for that. If you want to learn a little bit more about what I'm doing and what I'm putting together, you can check that out at my website, JennRoyster.com, JennRoyster.com. And also my show is every Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on Transformation Talk Radio, the Jenn Royster Show. And this week, I'm going to be talking a little bit about metaphysics and the philosophy of shifting energy, just to explain what it is I'm talking about. If you're new to metaphysics or what this approach is of science, what is it? You know, that's what I'm going to be doing on my show Thursday morning if you want to tune in. Now, that free energy healing class is an online course. It's 5 lessons. It's got a guided meditation that you have for energy healing. If you are feeling overwhelmed, if you are feeling like illness is creeping in, if you just feel like you need some clearing and balancing, I recommend go in and, you know, just sign up and do that. It's free. It's nothing nobody's trying to sell you. It's truly my gift to you. And I've put it out there. I mean, I'm going to be putting other things out there that are bigger than that, but this is something that I truly wanted to give everybody, because right now there's too much happening with energy, and you guys need something. This is like a little guide handbook for self-care to help you balance that out. We have a platform there where we can interact and you can ask your questions, and I'm right back at you, helping you out over there. And this is at no cost. So there's no excuse. There's something out there that can help you no matter what. And, you know, I want to say thank you so much for listening today. Thanks you so much for everybody that called in. I know we had the one caller, but I'm talking about with my show as well. And on my show, you can write in a question if you are in a different time zone and you can't listen live. You can just go check all that out over on my website. I have all the information there. So anyway, I really want to say, hang in there, guys. The energy shift is happening. You will experience unusual things, but there's also miracles right in the midst of that. So focus on the miracles and look at whatever you might be experiencing. What can you learn from it? And where can you make it a positive? Whether it's a physical thing you're feeling or anything else, just know it can be positive no matter what, but you have to choose that. So other than that, I think I'm good. I'm going to wrap this up, and I'm going to say I'm sending you guys a lot of good vibes, a lot of positive intention for your own energy shift, and, you know, make everything in your life worth living. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Namaste.